Good day, YouTube. It is Friday, May 10th, 2019, and this is the weekend we put the rebuilt steering gear back into the 1967 Boyertown Stepvan Mobile Studio. Okay, let me get that doggone thing out of the box, and we'll go from there. Alright, we're fast forward to Saturday, and we're going to put this Stepvan back together. So I had a week for this paint to dry on the steering column. I just rewrapped the wiring harness for the turn signal. This has a big, this is an industrial truck, so the turn signal switch in this thing is original and it's really well built. I went through this a couple years ago and I was getting all the lights working, and it's good to go. I just rewrapped the wiring harness in black tape. I really wanted to put shrink tube on it, but I couldn't get it over all the connectors. I did number the connectors so I could get them back in the right spot. So that will go second. First we'll go the steering gear. Let's show it to you real quick. Got it out of the box. It was super well packed and 100 pounds of newspaper. Not even from this country newspaper. But anyway, there's the steering gear all redone. The shaft looks new. I don't know if it is or not, but it might be. Seeing how it's all one piece with all the gears and stuff in there, and everything was replaced. So I'm pretty anxious to get this in and take this thing for a drive and have it drive like it was new. There was a lot of slop in the wheel. It was just extremely hard to turn. So we'll start getting ready to get that thing back in. I think it'll go pretty good today. Seems how I kind of know what I'm doing now that I've taken it out. So I'm getting this thing back together and getting it back on the ground and put it on the road today. That's the goal. All right, I'll check back with you. All right, it wasn't too bad. Got the steering gear in place. The bolts and nuts are in. I didn't tighten them yet. Not ready for that yet. We'll get everything in place and we'll come around and tighten everything. Make sure everything stays lined up. Oh, it's pretty black in there anyway. So now we got to slide the column down. I just slid the clamp down because it has to clamp this column to the steering gear. So there's the shaft coming up through the hole in the floor. I slid the clamp down through the hole because it would fight me with it attached here. So we'll have to put that together. Once we get it slid down, this thing should just fall right into place. One-handed. Here we go. It's way up by the ceiling. Okay, something's holding it up. This is way too high. This might be a little dark for you. Oh, it's just the emergency brake cable or something. Yeah, oh, there's my light. It's dead. I left it in there and left it on. Good job, Glenn. Okay, well, it's just a matter now of me lining up the column with the box and getting it slid on and then get the clamp in place. This needs to be clocked about like that. Get the turn signal switch looking in the right direction and everything. Have to scrounge up the clamp there. And it's down there. I could put some paint on it maybe. That'd be cool. All right, I'll start putting some bolts in and we'll start getting this thing closer to done. All right, checking back with you. Well, gang, we're just clicking along here this morning. The gear is actually all the way in. All the bolts and nuts are tight. All the cotter pins in place. Pitman arms tight. I got the things like the turn signal lever. I had to adjust that. It was a little close to the steering wheel, so I bent it a little back. Got the tack put back on. Steering wheel's just sitting there. I want to try to center it a little bit. I put the little horn button back on. Turn signal lever's back on. I clocked it down just a little bit to be out of the way of the tack. didn't matter where I put the clock, the rotation of the column at this point. So I just dropped it down a little bit. Tidy up a few wires. Got to hook up the turn signal wires, which I numbered. Got a couple clips, keep the wiring tight to the column. And then we'll straighten up the wheels and, ooh, wait, I get to turn it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, one-handed. All right. That's what we're anxious for. See if I can steer this dang thing. Okay, just got some wiring to clean up. Let's do that real quick. We'll clock the steering wheel, bolt it down, put the horn button back together. Not that it works, but it's got a hole. And go from there. I'll be right back. But I spent about 3 hours on it. Of course, I don't get too much of a hurry. Got the wheel back on, got the hood back on, got all the steering wheel back on, plugged the turn signals back in. Steering column looks good, all painted up there. Question is, can I turn it? So I've got it off jack stand now. Can I turn it one-handed? She's still pretty hard, I gotta admit that. Wow. Well, I think I need to first check the tires too, make sure that they're up all the way, because tires are a little bigger than this thing would have came with, and they do need to be at the top end of their air pressure. But hey, we'll see how it works. Gang, I appreciate you watching the videos. Hit the like button if you're not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. So this was steering gear in the 67 Boyertown Stepvan. Not for the faint of heart. It's a pretty good project, but we knocked her out of the park. And I'm anxious to go drive this thing today. We'll catch you on the next video.